Hey there, my fellow intellectuals. How are you doing today? As you can see, I am working from my apartment today, and I thought it might be a cool idea if I just started vlogging my working at home during this quarantine experience, because honestly, it doesn't look too different from how I work at school. I'm just on a computer most of the day and coding up some stuff for my research. So I thought that I might just have a sort of a vlog periodically of just me trying to do some work. And it's all towards good cause, because I have to get enough stuff done for my candidacy exam in about a little bit over a month now, about a month, maybe like 5 weeks actually. So it's pretty imperative that I get started on, not get started, but continue working on stuff for that. So yeah, I'm just gonna be working. You're just gonna watch me, I guess. Try not to think about it too much, and you'll sort of see what my workflow is like. I have this app here on my iPad. It's called like Be Productive, and I've set myself up to work for 9 50-minute intervals today with breaks in between each interval. And so, this will average to about hopefully 7.5 hours of work, of productive time, and we'll see where it goes. So I need to get started. Okay, so my first 50-minute work session is over, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did. I sent 4 emails out to the 4 professors who are on my advancement committee who are not my advisor, and just to see if they are still available to meet through Zoom. And thankfully they are, so I can still have my advancement to candidacy exam on the expected date of May 6th, so that's about 5 weeks from now. And a little bit nervous, but good to know they can still make it, and that I have to work really hard. Or just continue working hard. I have been working hard, but continue to work hard on my presentation and practice it and make sure I know the background and all the stuff I'm doing and all the stuff I will be doing in the future during my PhD. And I've also been working on my code, made some adjustments to it. As you can see, I was writing down my iPad a little bit and sort of organizing my thoughts as to what I want to do with my code. I haven't started running it yet just to see if it works. That usually takes a while, because usually it doesn't work on the first try after I fix it. Those of you who code probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I got that to look forward to. What else? Oh, if you want to know what my shirt says, I'm sure you guys were like, what does this shirt say? It's, what part of this don't you understand? Right? Just classic physics math t-shirt. I love wearing these. These are like one of my favorite shirts I wore. Well, not this specific one, but these kinds of shirts are the ones that I liked wearing the most in college. So yeah, I'd say it was a productive first 50-minute work session. I want to get back into it. I was listening to some good music. I always like to listen to music when I do my research. If you guys are wondering what I was listening to Metallica, because I love Metallica. Metallica has been like my favorite band since I was a teenager. I actually met James Hetfield, the singer of the band, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm going to keep listening to Metallica, doing some research, and I might just change the camera position a bit. I know that I was pointing it towards my windows and it's kind of bright, so let's try a different perspective for the next couple of sessions. So. so I got the code to work. At least I think I did. It's running right now, and it will take a few hours for it to run completely. So I will be working on my candidacy exam presentation in the time being. So that's that, essentially. But just to address a few things, the code, what it's doing, at least, is doing an optimization. So an optimization is where you have maybe some model that you're trying to use to explain a set of data, right? And you want to find the best sets of parameters of your model that best represents the data. And a very, 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 very simple example is, I'll draw it here on my iPad. It's going to be kind of hard to see because it's going to be on my, it's going to be on the screen. You know what, actually, better yet, I could actually just screen record this. Wow, big brain energy right now. Just screen record your iPad. Who would have thought, right? That's genius. All right, now it's screen recording. So what's going to happen is that, imagine, you know, I have, let's just draw a line here. So let's have a grid. And let's say, oops, that grid is not straight. So let's imagine you have some data that at every point, like maybe here, there, 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 and there. Okay, so let's imagine you have those data points, and you want to find, let's say y and x, sorry. So you have y and x, and let's say you want to find a line that best goes through this set of data. And we know that a line can be represented by the formula mx plus b. B is the y-intercept, m is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. So this is the equation of a line. Now, an optimization problem, what it would do is essentially find the best values of m and b that best represent this data using some sort of metric, some sort of measurement of how good does, you know, this line up with the actual data points. Like for, you know, this point right here, it's not so good. This point is pretty good. This point is very good. And you sort of look at all the differences between the actual observed data, like the black points, compared to your model line that you generated. Now, the problem I'm working with is not two-dimensional, or even three-dimensional, or four-dimensional, or five-dimensional. It is at least a nine-dimensional problem. So I have a model that has at least 9 free parameters, right? So imagine, you know, you have some equation, y equals, I don't even actually want to write it out because it'll take too long, but essentially the problem would be hard to just write down on a piece of paper. That's why it's on a computer. That's why the computer is doing that, not me by hand. That is just unreasonable of me, even as a unreasonable for me, I should say, as a grad student. So that's the idea. Essentially, optimization is going on, where you have some data, right? Like these black points I've drawn right there, and I'm creating a model that best represents that data. Now, more specifically, the parameter that I'm really caring about is the black hole mass of a galaxy. We have some data of a galaxy, specifically of the gas disk in this galaxy, and it's rotating, and we want to fit the rotation data of this gas with a model, and we want to find the best set of parameters of the model that best, captures the essence of what the data is doing. And essentially, we're optimizing, or I'm optimizing the model to find the best black hole mass as the parameter. So that is essentially what my research is in a nutshell. I know those of you who have heard it before are like, okay, I've heard this before. We've done this millions of times. I'm sorry. But for the new people, that's essentially what I do. And I have to go ahead and try and explain this to a group of faculty in about 5 weeks, and sort of talk about the history of the field, what is my contribution to it, what do I hope to do in the future during my PhD, and that's sort of the gist of it. I have to sort of be really detailed, show that I know what's going on, what are the important things in my field, what are the advances that have already been made, what are the advances that I hope to make, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's essentially what's going on in a nutshell. And I hope that was informative in some way. And if you don't mind me, I'm going to go start working on my candidacy exam. Well, as proof, I actually already have part of the presentation, right? So if people who are like, Kyle, you haven't started yet, I have actually started. So I have actually started my presentation. I have some slides over here, but it's definitely far from done, from completion. So I will go ahead and continue working on this, and have to practice it several times before I can give it to the actual committee. And thanks for being understanding. Thanks for joining me on my journey. It's actually been pretty helpful. I've been feeling pretty productive this past 2-ish hours of working. So maybe I'll just keep doing this, and hopefully you guys will inspire me to pass my exam. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I thought I might as well get out of the apartment for a little bit today, because, being cooped up in all day isn't good for you. So as long as I'm safe, I'm 6 feet apart from the nearest person, I think we'll be okay. I'm just gonna go for a nice little walk. It's a really nice day today. Oh my gosh, this is like ideal weather. It's 72 degrees, slight breeze. What more could you ask for? Well, maybe the ability to go outside and not have to avoid people, but it's pretty good. I'm just gonna walk around the loop up there. It's a nice, decent walk. Get out of the apartment a little bit. The strange thing is, I think a lot of people have moved out of the apartments here at UC Irvine and just went back home, do the online classes at home, which is understandable, of course. But I decided to stay, so did my roommate, so we're here, and just enjoying the community to ourselves. Gosh, it's so nice. I know I've been saying that, but honestly, I haven't gone out that much these past couple of weeks for obvious reasons, so the fact that I'm out here enjoying nature is very refreshing. I really like it. So if you look over there, there's a a barrier that forces cars to go in a loop. So I think I'm just gonna go walk around the loop and head back the way I came towards my apartment. No other human in sight, which is nice. Oh, there's a car. They're probably looking at me like kind of weird. Yep, they definitely are. Look at this view. Too out of this gate though. So, what's been going on since I last talked to you guys? Well, I've got the code running, still optimizing as we speak, and what else? Been reading some papers as it pertains to my candidacy exam, sort of the historical breakthroughs in the field of black hole mass measurements. I know some of this stuff already, but I want to be able to be prepared for specific questions in case the committee, wants to probe that part of the history of the field, which is totally understandable. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. I already had lunch, which is good. Always good to have food. Make sure to eat during the day. Don't go through these days not eating, not drinking water, not remembering the basic necessities of human life. Life should continue to go on. Life should, still be prioritized, I guess. I mean, that's the most important thing. I should say, like, the necessities of life should be prioritized, right? Water, food, all that stuff. Air, of course, remember to breathe. Breathing's important. I admit sometimes I get a tight chest too sometimes, and not breathe at a regular pace sometimes when I'm sort of stressed out or I'm so focused on a task. And I hear something. I don't like people shrieking. Oh, there's people there running, so I'm gonna go over here. Had to avoid people there. Gotta practice the social distancing. But they're running, which is good. Good for your health. I am all for running. It's nice to run when you can. I am in no outfit to run right now, but maybe in a couple of hours, we'll see, Exercise is good. And we're almost back at my apartment, so I think I'll just go back inside, take a seat, get a drink, get back to work. So thank you for this nice relaxing walk in the middle of the day, and it's back to the grind.
And everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I knew I would die. I would die.
So it's about 6 o'clock now, and I think I'm going to stop vlogging for the day and make some dinner because my memory card in the camera is almost completely full. So I think it'd be good if I just edit the raw footage that I have here and delete the space, or delete the file, so I can make space for future vlogs in the future. So thanks again for joining me today. I think it was fairly productive, I'd say. Still got work to do, of course, don't I always as a graduate student, but nonetheless, I think it was a productive day, and I hope you guys got an idea of what my days are going to be like for the foreseeable future working from home. And if you are working from home, good luck. Try and get through that grind, and of course, stay safe. Wash your hands. Try to practice social distancing to help curb the spread of coronavirus, COVID-19. So, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys later.